loved it. Yeah,
I mean,
Jake loved it as well. I could tell.
Funnel so goddamn much. I literally hate Funnel with all of my heart.
You love Funnel.
Yeah, that's
much
what
do you
we're
love
taking away from this. Fun?
You love it, like a lot.
Yeah, man.
Is it like?
I mean,
your
I have
favorite
to.
console?
I have
super
to say,
interactive to watch.
I have to say, if I'm XL, I just go, well, let's do that again.
Yeah, I mean, like, unfortunately, that is really the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say for certain, really, whether or not we're going to see a Funnel again. I hope we don't. I hope we see XL go, cool. Let's just flex on them a little bit. Let's play. Let's play
Sendo
for some
Camille,
fun.
go a little crazy with it.
Yeah. I mean, Sendo's
Well,
really good on
crazy,
Camille.
but, you
He's
know.
really
Yeah,
good
yeah.
on it. And I mean, I want to see Taxa kind of go toe-to-toe with Hades as well. Pick
Yeah.
something, you know, where he can invade him, he can tax away from him and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would have liked to see... There were so many jungle bans early that maybe if they pick something a bit more aggressive, even like the Graves that could farm up and then go for these 1v1s,
Yeah.
it would be nice to see.
All right, well, we will see exactly what XL do want to do. We're going to be jumping into the picks and bans here. Already Aatrox and Zoe banned away. Looks like XL are just focusing on Hades once more. Just 3 jungle bans thrown at him. Does MNM ban away Kai'Sa here
Yes.
to say, you know, please?
But we were
Please,
talking about it, weren't we?
please.
As well, there's also the Zyra
There
Khan.
it is. Zyra Khan is
They
my
could
next
just go
go-to.
Zyra Khan, but then
Khan.
MNM could just take that first pick as well because it's such a strong
Oh,
bot
Rakan
lane.
straight away. If you just take Rakan,
Yeah.
you lock it in.
Yeah, you're not locked into it at all.
Yep.
Because I mean, Rakan's very good on his own anyway.
Yep,
So I mean,
absolutely.
XL just want to take the Rakan now. They could even take the Kai'Sa realistically, but I don't think you want to be first picking a Xayah. Sorry.
They could even pick something
Oh,
more
okay,
simple.
we'll win it.
Uh-oh.
With Brom can mean
Brom can mean a lot of
nothing.
things.
It
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
nothing, guys. Nothing has been settled yet. Are you ready for
I
it?
think that's fine as a first
boy.
pick.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
MNM have quite a lot open to them. They've got them. Nocturne's banned away, so ignore that fact. They've
They've got Nocturne and... Oh,
They got
wait.
the Swain.
They got Talia. Oh.
They got Swain. I don't want to see Lucian. I think Joker has had
Ism's
a
only playing
lackluster
Lucian.
game on the Lucian,
He's
and
only
he is
playing
going to
Lucian.
lock it in. So
Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, otherwise they give over Lucian Braum, and XL
Yeah.
can just win
Yeah.
the lanes,
Yep.
which is easy again. I think XL kind of put them in that position, which
Yep.
again comes back to a stronger draft. I'm really interested to see what they prioritize before ban phase 2.
there's quite a lot open, but also there's also like a lot you don't want to
Great.
show.
That makes so much sense.
There we go.
For,
So many
for
jungle bans.
MNM Gaming, not only do they want to lock in the Graves because he's a prominent funnel, you know, proponent if that's where XL want to go, but for Hades, Graves is one of his best. Already there was so much focus on Hades with the bans that XL have, you know, showcased so far. So get that in there, give Hades that more comfortable pick. Kindred worked, but it wasn't really a shining light.
Thank God, it's
I
a
wouldn't
Tristana.
get
Okay.
too excited just yet.
Bloody hell, they popped in at Lulu. Oh no, it's Lulu mid. It's Lulu mid.
Excited just yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not funnel.
let's-
It's not funnel. It's not funnel.
But that's the whole thing. They prioritize this because they're like, we haven't even committed to funnel yet. We don't have to do it.
No, they can't. Cause yeah, obviously Lulu still works well mid.
Yeah.
You do like kind of funnel, but not funnel. You still have to put
You're
your
expecting
resources
funnel,
into
aren't you? You're
Venza.
looking for that. I mean, I'm
It
probably
could very
expecting
really
funnel.
be
I
it.
think it's the best
Yeah.
choice for them.
I just don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the big
Shockwave's
thing. Rise is a better choice.
Yeah,
Rise
Shockwave's gonna take
pushes in
Rise.
the
That's
wave.
good. That's good. So he can push the waves in. You can also roam as well, which is nice. If you do go for the funnel for XL, obviously you can answer back. We didn't see Hades actually do enough with the fact that, you know, Taxa wasn't really on the map.
He didn't really invade as much to get those marks.
He went top twice and he got a
Venza-
flash once.
Right,
Like,
and also Venza and Taxa were all over the Rift Scuttles.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Kindred's win conditions were kind
I
of never
think
met.
that all comes down to Shockwave on the Swain early. Like, it's not that he played it wrong, he literally can't push that fast.
yeah.
So, if you invade as Kindred without the vision, without the priority, you put yourself in a really dangerous situation. With the Graves, though, even more safety.
Here's the nice thing about XL playing that potential funnel, but probably not a funnel, is MNM are still very scared of it, so they're going to ban away the Alistair. So at this point, they're banning supports away, even though XL have technically locked in a support.
Yeah.
So you're kind of making MNM waste bans here. They are going to ban away the Vladimir, which I think is a very good ban for them.
Yes.
Because you don't want to give that over to Rippy or Venza, whoever is going to play it.
If
just
you
taking it away.
decide to go away from the funnel comp, you could actually go for Cassiopeia in the mid lane to respond
Yeah.
to Rise. I think that would be a
mean,
really nice pick. You go double threat, and you have a more standard team comp in
Lulu
general.
in the top side.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's possible.
yeah, I'm not sure what I make of Lulu top, because then you just give Igloo something aggressive. I'm going to see the Morgana get picked up by MNM, so
It's really interesting. There's a lot of priority
Yeah.
in Morgana in other regions. We saw some good
LGL,
Morgana
yeah.
play. from Shogun actually last week, but due to the fact that Joker was playing Heimerdinger and losing on Heimerdinger, it didn't really have anything. So I'm actually excited to see Shogun.
So you're saying they're going to put Lucian top and play Heimerdinger. I get that.
It's a very Shogun support as well, the Morgana. You know, he can bail people out. Oh, no.
Here it is, boys.
I told you.
Quickset is a really good Thresh.
Yeah.
I really like this.
I mean,
it plays right back into the Alistair idea. I'm going to make crazy engages work. We're going to funnel onto Tristana this time. We're going to win team fights.
I have never seen a funnel Tristana, so maybe I'm going to be pretty interested in this. How
Tristana just got buffed.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Hot
how does
fixes.
this work?
And so Tristana has been actually seeing a lot of play ever since the buff as well.
Yeah. In the UK.
In the UK as well.
No, I mean just in the UK.
I mean, the thing about the UK is that we are playing on 8.13, whereas not as many other regions have quite.
It got 0 play at Rift Rivals, which was also on hotfix 8.13.
I guess that's true.
I think the big thing for me is oh, okay. That was loud. That was really, really high.
That was my Gragas.
Dazzy, are you a big Gragas fan?
I was just like, it's going top, right?
No. It's going like it. It can
Where
be.
is it going?
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
I was actually I looked at it originally and I thought they might throw jungle.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go jungle with it, I think. No, because they have
Wait,
to throw the Braum
what
there.
are they doing?
Yeah, I think it is Gragas top. I think you're right.
Okay, we got a draft, guys. It is going to be Rumble versus Gragas.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless at Excel's draft here.
I think I probably would have preferred a Mundo top.
I don't have.
I think it would have done similar. I think the big thing with Gragas though is you can force so much engages. Yeah,
you should have done it over the shoulder for comedic effect.
Oh,
there's a lot of stuff behind us.
It looks pretty sturdy.
Let's not test that.
We'll give it a little jiggle in the game. See.
Yeah.
So if there's no set by the time we come back to camera, you know what's
you know what happened. Jake just decided to mess with the TV.
I was gonna play Josh, but
yeah. No, I'm gonna blame you.
Okay, this is very much a crazy Fern Dog draft where he just goes, I'm just gonna throw a lot of things in. My players are very good at playing these things and see if they can pull it off.
Lulu Thresh into Lucian Morgana is not something I've seen a lot of.
This is
not gonna lie.
Very different funnel though.
Yeah,
very different
well,
funnel.
I mean, that's the cool thing about it. So, you know, you've had your fun funnel number 1. Now you get fun funnel number 2. Talk to me about why this is different and why it's even more fun than the previous.
Because this one's actually got the ability to keep Venza alive. The last one was a lot about the engage and also having multiple threats. So if Venza died, it didn't matter. We saw it in one of the fights. Venza died and it didn't mean anything because Rippy was able to run amok through the fight. This time, if Venza dies, unless that's like an AP Gragas, XL have nothing. And even if it's an AP Gragas, XL still kind of have nothing. So it's going to be all about keeping Venza alive. And Gragas is there to do a mixture of engaging and disengaging with the cast.
Yeah.
MNM, on the other hand, I feel like they have a lot of answers to kill this Tristana. You know, it's point and click Rune Prism from Shockwave on the rise. You put that down, lay out the red carpet with Igloo, makes it very hard for Venza to really maneuver in these team fights. My question is there enough burst by MNM?
I mean,
Hades is the burst.
Yeah.
And outside of that, like,
Venza, hope it hits.
It depends. I mean, he could technically swap. I've actually seen this a little bit. You could swap to Electrocute Lethality Graves, just try to force it down.
Yep.
It's very dangerous. It does leave you very vulnerable, but I mean, clearly they're going to need something a little risky to try pull this off.
I mean, like, Lucian's like a weird mix between like burst and like sustain in a fight. Like, he has to get like his free spell combo while weaving in his Light Slinger auto attacks to really make a decent team fight for himself, or like a decent trade for himself. So if it goes late, Tristana obviously will be just bursting in before he can cast 2 spells. In these like kind of mid-game fights, it's whether or not he's going to be able to pump out enough damage to kill Venza, or maybe someone like Rippy as well, because that's also an option for MNM. They could just try and force Rippy to ult himself, and then suddenly Venza's going, oh man, I have nothing to keep me up right now.
One of the big things about XL's comp that does change it and give MNM a few more openings is that is just outright less tanky.
Right.
There isn't a big Alistair to stand in the way with his ultimate. They still have Braum, but the Lulu can only shield certain people. You know, you can't focus it all around the fight. And obviously you're going to want to put it on the Tristana in most cases. And you don't have the Vladimir just sustaining up at the center. So MNM do have openings if they could force engages.
So do you think that for that reason Sendo might have to build a little bit more damage on the Gragas, or is he on tank duty?
He's too easy to kill.
I think it's off tank.
Yeah.
I think you go like Abyssal Mask,
Bruiser.
Iceborne maybe.
Bruiser Mage.
Yeah, I mean, I hesitate to call it Bruiser because they are all outright tank items.
Yeah, but it's
So,
like Swain
yeah.
is a Bruiser Mage as well.
I mean, yeah, but he builds AP.
Yeah.
Do you
true.
think? I mean,
I
he
mean-
could build AP. I don't see it. I think he goes for like a bit of an off-tank build. So it comes down to the same way they played it before with the Poppy.
Yep.
It's like, if you ignore me, I will actually start hurting your carries because you've just left your backline behind.
Okay, so MNM are really going to have to change things around. I think it's a lot on Hades this time to actually have impact from the jungle, and a Graves can do that. A Rumble pick as well is going to allow for a lot of mid-game team fights as well.
Yeah, and I think I do like the Rumble here because as soon as that team fight kicks off, you actually know that it's really good for zoning.
Yeah.
If you try to like engage forward with that, which was a lot of how XL won these fights with the Alistair engage,
Yep.
you're suddenly running into a potential massive mistake with the Rumble ult then.
I think one of the main things is this particular funnel is a little bit more punishing than the last one. The last one has what I would like to call insurance, in the sense that there are multiple people who can do damage outside of just Venza. This time there is literally no damage outside of Venza. Like Lulu
Machine gun Lulu.
I mean, yeah,
Full attack speed.
Lulu's a bit annoying, but like it's not like team fight. Oh my god, Lulu's running away with a fight kind of thing. And that's when Lulu gets a
And
pentakill, and I'm proved very wrong in this next
I really
game.
want to see just a pentakill Lulu, just to...
If we get a pentakill Lulu, I'm quite content. Like
I mean, something would have happened,
I
which
will
would be
eat
a
my
nice change.
socks if Lulu gets a pentakill. That's a promise.
I'm looking forward
Not
to
the
it.
socks I'm wearing right now because it's really, really warm in Barcelona, but I'll eat some tomorrow. He better not get a
I think-
pentakill. I'm gonna be so upset.
I mean, will we go pick out some socks just in case? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I actually bought quite a few spare socks. I don't know why, but I just kind of like, I literally took my suitcase I had from Rift Rival
Yeah.
and
You
just
must
threw
promise
everything
these
in a
socks
suitcase.
a lot. It's just like, I'm gonna need these extra socks, guys.
I mean, I brought all ankle socks, so it wouldn't be so bad for
Yeah,
me,
you
I guess.
Mr. Fancy Pants. All right, I've got a question for you guys. I was asked this question in OPL. Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe?
I've actually had this recently, right? Weirdly, this is a common debate.
Yeah, okay.
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe is just it. If you do sock, shoe consistently, you're an animal.
Yeah.
Go home, stay home. But if sock, shoe is only acceptable if you are outside and do not want to dirty your socks.
Quickly answer.
It's the same. I'm pretty much the same. I'm always gonna put it on sock, sock, shoe, shoe, and then outside I'll do sock, shoe too.
I
to
don't
make sure
ever
things
put
fit.
my shoes on or my socks on outside. I put shoes on inside like a normal human being.
You know what?
Anyway,
you can
we're through into
continue
game.
this.
Let's
you can
go.
continue this. Question is Funnel coming home or XL Croatia? Let's go into the Rift.
Yeah, let's go.
There's a lot of football stuff in there that I definitely am following as an Irishman.
Sports ball.
Yes.
Sports ball. How you feeling about England doing well?
Not great.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, not awesome. Like, I'm like, you know, if they get knocked out by Croatia, they came far enough. They could be happy. I'm happy. That's fine. Don't bring it home. Leave it there.
That's pretty controversial to say here on Forge of Champions, mate.
It's a UK and Irish tournament, so only to the large
How many,
majority.
okay, Igloo's actually getting caught out. This concussive blows as Venza actually could just be gifted first blood, and Sendu able to pick him up. That is unfortunate.
That is not the way you want to open. No, that is rough. Okay, yeah, let's just fight it
They're
out. Let's
TPing
go.
in.
all
We're
in.
going in. There's actually going to be a smite. Hades is able to steal it away. Igloo now has those concussive blows stacking up. A great exhaust, though. We'll just wait for the moment as Sendu forced a flash over the wall. Hades does have flash. They're chasing for a little bit more, but a bit of action's breaking down in the bot lane. I want to look a little bit up on the map as Venza will be able to walk out scot-free.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for me is that you have this funnel comp, right? All they need is to get to that mid to late game. They're happy. They didn't give first blood to Tristana. That is the positive I could draw here. Aside from that, you're struggling, and Hades is actually doing what we hoped
is
to
very
do. Level
good.
2 fight.
Yeah, Venza's forced to use the hop. Actually didn't flash, though, and now Taxa does tag him up with a Winter's Bite, but not too much.
There's actually something I mentioned last game when they banned away the Graves. I was saying he's really good if you just immediately go to the mid lane, start those level 2 fights with red buff. And because they kind of just didn't smite, Hades managed to win that smite war and just quickly turned it around. And from here can actually start to pressure this funnel comp super early, and you can see he's already invading.
What are you going in for that invade? Trying to take away the red buff. It did manage to secure the red buff off Venza as well, which does slow him down a little bit. But Sendo consistently landing these belly slams onto Igloo. Sendo actually Having a pretty good laning phase so far, considering he is currently flashless. Keep that in mind. Hades could always come up the top side and look to punish him. There aren't very little wards really to spot him out if he wants to go for that play.
And the big thing as well is that he never got the chance
Is
to...
this Earth?
Sorry?
Is this Earth? He seems to have belly slam up a lot.
Yeah, it's actually, like, if you land it, it's not that long a cooldown. That's why you used to actually see it taken level 1 in the jungle, but one of the big things about this patch is actually Gragas was buffed, and we were expecting to see a bit more of him. We didn't previously. Starting to see now that that W range buff is really nice, and you're seeing how it coordinates really nicely with his belly slam. He just throws it forward, and even if you've already started to disengage, he can still just reach out in front of him and grab you with that damage.
So Hades actually didn't take away the red buff on his invade. Just took away the Scuttle Crab, placed no vision in there as well, actually. So no idea whether or not that's still up. Obviously, they did just see Venza walk into mid lane with a blue buff, but he now is obviously walked his way out, and they don't know exactly where he's gone.
One of the big things you want to note about the change in funnel is this one's just a lot slower at clearing early. You're already seeing that they're actually being matched CS for CS here, because Tristana just isn't as good early in terms of how much damage you can put out, because Kai'Sa has her passive, which is just super handy if you have a Braum helping you out with it.
And also Shockwave, like you said in Champ Select, very good at kind of clearing out these waves. Now he's got that tier, he's been able to base off and pick that up, so good for him. He's going to be able to keep in lane for quite a bit longer. We've seen a few of these rises kind of fade away from picking up the Roa now and just going into the more damaged route, because obviously you can pick up like the Morella Nomicon. Obviously that does give you a no mana, but it does give you a lot of AP, gives you those grievous wounds as well, and a bit of magic penetration. So quite a few options available to them for the moment. Going to see what Shockwave actually decides to pick up as we are approaching that 5-minute mark. And like you said, CS is equal blow for blow in the mid and the funnel. And we're seeing Jokerism having a pretty good laning phase so far.
The lanes look a lot better this time around for MNM, but let's have a quick look at this level 1.
Oh, going all the way back here.
Yeah, I mean, you got caught out. You actually did take the belly slam level 1 just for the catch. Igloo realizes not worth flashing because they'll just flash over and get the kill anyway. Nice pickup for them.
Great little pickup for them. Didn't give the first blood over to Venza though, which would have been quite nice for him. Obviously, will slow him down. He hasn't actually based yet, and he is able to pick himself up. Not a buff, because that was actually Hades.
Yep.
Stealing away. So really proactive play by Hades. I now want to see some proactive play in the lanes from him though. I want to see him put some attention into these side lanes, because Sendu still down without that flash for a little bit longer. Igloo is struggling though. He's down in CS, and we do need to note this.
I think I prefer what he's doing right now, because all he's doing is ensuring that the funnel comp will take much longer to scale. I agree that he should go to the side lanes at some point, but there's no rush in that. Wait to have a bit of damage so you can do these really quick dives, and maybe even 4-man dive them, with the Rise being able to push in quicker as the game goes forward.
Hades actually takes away the Scuttle Crab, so that's going to be denying 100 gold and a bit of a bonus over to Venza for the moment, but spotted out on a ward here is Hades, so he's not actually going to be able to chase for more. He does have that explosive cast now as well, so Igloo does need to be a little bit careful if he wants to push up. And Hades is going to make his way into a very barren side of the map as far as jungle camps are concerned.
Yeah, you're going to really confuse people. Barren, as in empty, not just barren side.
I'm hoping our audience are slightly smart enough to get that, as Shockwave gets the Rune Prison down. Great block out by Taxa. There's even going to be a teleport. Exhaust is there and going to stack up those concussive blows. Flash forward, clashes onto him, and he is going to get blown up. Venza is able to pick himself up a killer. Shogun makes his way in just a little bit too little and a little bit too late.
Oh, no.
Great hook onto him. There's no black shield available, and it's a double kill. Instantly deleted.
And we said, while his clear is slower, the damage to champions early from Venzer still very much alive and well. 201 on this Tristana. Ready to start funneling, start scaling. And
Hades had done such a good job of denying Venza. And now it's a little bit harder. Shogun is sitting in the bush, spotted on that ward. Binding goes a little bit wide, and in comes Hades. Jokerism throws down the culling, and Taxa's very, very low. Hades doesn't have his ultimate quite available, but can chase forward for a little bit more.
They can turn around.
Has got that E, but now they're turning around. Black
he's dead.
shield is available, but it's not going to be used, and it ignites there. Going to be another kill gifted over to Venza,
no!
but no! Shogun's able to get himself the kill. Instantly picked up by Sendo. No, as Shogun flashes over the wall, misses the binding. The Realm Wolf from Shockwave is coming through. He's chasing the Equalizer, burns him out and picks him up. Here comes the kill onto Sendo as well. Shogun chasing up, looking for that binding, has got that Rune Flux on, and great belly slam comes out from Taxa, and he will be able to make his way out.
Look, I mean, that was good from MNM. They managed to get that good response out, and Hades clutching it there. But at the same time, it won't hurt XL too much. They already have a lot of kills on Tristana, moving towards that Stormrazor now.
Working towards it. I'm actually surprised to see a Stormrazor. I know a lot of AD carries in lane put it as a very good item, but in my head, like, maybe you just go for that full late game double energizer build we used to see. We are going to have the replay right here, though.
Okay, so you saw Venzer actually managed to keep the camp. He managed to get the smite in, and they're already low. They're already on the back here, and I said he was just dead here because it should be. They have to press the attack on Venzer, and that's a lot of damage coming down very quickly. But he's actually healing up using the refillable pot there, and I think it just keeps him alive in that sliver of health. And then you saw Sendo just jump forward. The extra W range allowed him to secure a kill, and Taxer was just already dead at this point, realistically.
Shockwave even was able to pick the kill up on his rise, as we actually are seeing Shogun stepping forward. Quicksef is there, so you need to be a little bit careful. Venzer going to pick himself up a blue buff. Curious to see whether or not Hades actually commits. As the box gets thrown down, Shogun has that black shield on a good binder, but Rippy is looking to rip through him, and that will be him going down. Quicksef gets the kill.
And now it's going to be Graves and Lucian. Can they get out?
Well, they do use the Lantern. Hades pumping that damage out. That will be the Wild Growth. Quicksef chunking up the Cullef as Jokerism's going to get it. Great ultimate. It is going to get interrupted as well. Igloo now turning his attention onto Sendo, but Sendo's turning it back onto him. Flash away in the cask will send him to the safety of his turret.
Yeah, and I think good flash there, but I think going back to that bot lane, you saw it was a good catch from Quickset, but Graves was already in the area, just ran down, and what I liked there is he managed to just dodge the Graves ultimate, but it forced him into Lucian's range.
Well, we're going to see Igloo throw down that ultimate for the moment, just clearing out the wave, as MNM are going to be able to pick themselves up first. Turret Blood. Sendo's actually going underneath the tower here, looking for Igloo, but not going to result in too much more than Sendo just losing a lot of health.
Yeah, and Sendo's actually had a really nice laning phase. See if he can continue that with some good trades. But yeah, I think he's got himself the Catalyst, so I expect the Abyssal Mask that we were talking about. It's good into Rumble, it gives you that bit of more.
It's not going to be a rower.
That
would be very silly. That would be very, very silly. Shockwave just clearing out some vision here. We also see the Scuttle Crab fade away, so this top side of the map starting to go a little bit dark here for XL. Sendo needs to be very, very careful of that, as I thought they froze there, but they didn't.
Okay, so let's have a look again at this original catch. So Quickset gets the hook in, gets a lot of quick damage onto Shogun and the CC chain before he can manage to get the black shield down. But then it was just Hades and Jokerism. So much damage between these guys at this stage of the game. And you can see Hades starts chunking them out. They don't have a huge amount of mana left at this point. Quickset is just trying to block Graves autos. They both flash forward. But look at this ult. Quickset has to dodge it upwards to get out of it. And that puts him in Jokerism's range, secures them the kill.
Well, Hades actually was able to pick that kill up with the red buff as well, so very, very close there. But that was a more satisfying culling from Jokerism. We have had a quick pause, so we're going to bring our beautiful faces back up on the camera. Join once again.
Heyo. I'm back.
Dazzy, how you doing?
I'm good. Good. Just enjoying myself.
Yeah, good.
How have you been enjoying the funnel comp? Because last time you didn't get to cast before it gets fun.
Right.
So how's that been?
I think this has been a bit more of an interesting game, is how I'm going to put it. That's cast a term for something that's different out of interesting. Yeah. It's like the one thing you don't want to do is allow the Tristana to get fed before she's funneled.
Yeah.
And it feels like all of MNM's attempts to actually stop this funnel comp from working have fallen just a little bit short. Hades is doing stuff. Yeah. And that's the one thing I want to focus on.
More proactive.
Yeah.
A lot more proactive.
And that Hades can continue to be aggressive. The question is when does aggressive, wow, words really aren't coming out. When does aggressive turn into over-aggression, i.e. bad aggression?
I still think that they're in a really good spot from MNM's side. They just got first tower there. They have the Graves doing a lot of work. You have the Rise who can push the waves back, so you're not getting as much farm onto this Tristana, and certainly not as quickly. So still not even one item in on that Tristana, so they've yet to be seriously worried about that funnel comp.
Yeah.
It's all about when they start to group up, or if XL manage to catch them out, again, if that starts to become an issue, if the Tristana starts getting ahead, not just off the gold, but just simply, or not just off the farm, I should say, off these kills.
And one thing I wanted to bring up before, I don't know how long this pause is going to start. Maybe we go back.
It's not completely scripted, guys.
Maybe we're here. It's going to be classic UK. We'll be here for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This Rumble. Welcome back to the UK, Jack.
Oh man.
This Rumble, against this Gragas really isn't doing anything, and it was picked into the Gragas.
I mean, the Gragas is just walking all over him.
Right.
I'm fairly certain we're playing on Earth. I'm fairly certain. That belly slam is up way too much. Like,
I would argue that the Rumble wasn't picked into Gragas so much as it was picked into their comp.
Okay.
It's
So
fair for the team
it's
fight, right?
good. Yeah, it's if you remember
You picked
when
Rumble
Jugger
for team fight?
Yeah, it's the silliest thing. I've never heard of this before, but apparently
but
that's what you do.
it's the bigger thing is if you go back, cast your mind back to when funnel comps were originally thing, Juggermaw, right? The first one. The first counter to come out of that was you put the red carpet down and Kog'Maw has to start moving around the fight. Can't just sit back and pump out damage because they're being zoned away.
I mean, he's there to equalize the fight. Twitch chat's gonna hate me. All right, bye bye, Josh.
Twitch chat doesn't just hate you.
Well, Josh, looks like you're going to be taking off at the right time because we will be going back straight into the game. Svenza will be picking himself up his first red buff of the game so far. Nice and easy.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, I'm looking at Venzer. When he first gets that item out, when he first brings in that Stormrazor, there's going to be a massive spike in damage because you get that crit at the start of the fight. On top of the fact you then have your press the attack, which has been already doing good damage. A lot of good can come out of that with Braum.
I have to say, Quickstep, bar that one hook, has actually been doing very good with these hooks for the moment. Igloo taking a lot of damage here from Sendo. Forces to use the shield. He's overheating, so has no abilities available to him. Did have Hades hanging about quite as well.
I've never seen a fat man so good in the chase. That was a bit of a difficult one.
Yeah, that was a little bit wide. Hades is coming in. Is going to get tagged up. Here comes the equalizer as well. They're trying to get them off for the moment, but Venza will be able to smite this away. Now Hades pumping out a bit of damage. Has got Shockwave. Glacial Fissure comes out. Goes a little bit wide though. And we do see one pick up the kill.
Yeah, and I think they managed to get themselves the Rift Herald. This is really good for XL. They managed to deny the Rift Herald, which slows down MNM trying to continue
No ulti
taking
on Igloo.
towers.
Sendo could just get the kill here. He's got the cast, got the damage. Gonna use it for a glory kill, and Sendo takes down Igloo.
Yeah, I mean, he's just owns this lane right now, and he'll continue to because he's just getting kill after kill. And even when he's not getting kills, he's just zoning them off. He just has complete control of the top side, which is making life a bit easier for XL, on top of the fact that they're just finding kills outside of that lane as well.
Well, MNM will be able to answer out by getting themselves a dragon, smite it away. Quickstep.
It was ambitious.
It was ambitious, very ambitious.
I respect it, though.
I can get behind an ambitious man. Now, Shockwave trying to turn onto Taxa. Great Unbreakable will just dissuade him. As the Rift Herald actually is going to get used in the mid lane. That's going to be very big. As Jokerism actually has sent up top lane, used himself the Cutlass, going to use that culling. It's getting a full cast down. A lot of damage comes through, and this turret will fall to Shelly.
I always preferred the term Harry Pusher and the Tower of Stone.
I mean, you do you. You've got your thing, we've got our thing.
I feel like
gonna go
Shelly's
down.
more universally recognized, but I just feel like there's more to Harry Pusher that people just haven't embraced yet.
Now, this is really good by MNM. I'm just ignoring you, by the way.
Yeah, okay,
we're
fair.
going to see Shockwave obviously lose his turret. Sorry, this is bad for MNM because XL now have opened up the map. They're going to be able to put Venza into some more side lanes and look to crush down these turrets. That's why we saw Jokerism go top lane, trying to force Sendu out, trying to turn his attention towards that top lane turret so then they can start to look to open up the map because this turret here in the mid currently sitting just underneath 50% HP for the moment as Jokerism does need to be a little bit careful.
But that right there was just...
Ooh.
Oh, okay, quick set. Not going to be able to follow that up, just in case the Black Shield comes through. But the big thing for me is, look, Tristana just picked up Stormrazor on top of a Zeal, on top of a little extra attack speed on top of that. There's just been a massive spike in Venzer's damage. So once they enter a team fight, I think MNM will have to play it a lot safer than they have been previously.
Oh, wards getting cleared here plenty as Venza now has made his way into the mid lane. Once again, just looking to continue the farm, continue the push as Jokerism is there with Shogun. Wants to obviously be answering out with a turret for himself, but it's just so hard into the 2-kill. Zeal on top of Stormrazor. That's a long hook.
Yeah. I mean, just gets dragged off, though, with the Black Shield, so... handy enough for MNM. They're still denying camps. Hades is still playing proactive, so it is slowing down this Tristana. But Venzer, because of those kills, still put himself in a pretty good spot. You have Lucian, you have Graves, though. There's a lot of damage between them. These team fights could still definitely go either way.
Well, we're seeing Jokerism maybe make his way up towards top. He's trying to get his head up there, trying to look for that potential push onto a turret. They want to keep this gold going because they're currently down 1,000 to XL, and Igloo just clearing out these wards, clearing out these minions, but you can take a lot of damage from Sendo once again. With that Abyssal Mask, he's pretty tanky at this point, and actually, here comes the collapse, great black shield, and Glacial Fissure goes a little bit wide by Taxa.
Yeah, it was a questionable Glacial Fissure, but they managed to escape it from MNM, so they're happy enough. Another engage, dodged away from. So MNM here, their biggest worry for me right now isn't even the funnel. It's their top laner is just getting smacked about.
Yeah.
They can't deal with Sendo on that Gragas, and he's just going to get tankier and tankier, and you need Rumble to start getting items to start being able to deal with them. And because he's gone for this Oblivion Orb going towards the Morellos, it's going to take that much longer.
Well, he wants the pen from it, right? So
yes, but when you're into these tanky members, you realistically have to wait for your Leandries to actually be able to deal with them.
I just bought that Blasting Wand as well at 15 minutes, so he's still quite a way off actually finishing that Morellonomicon, when Sendo's been sitting on top of this Abyssal Mask for quite a long time now. I mean, he is 3-0, so obviously he has got a massive lead, on top of the fact that he's also 30 CS up over Igloo. It's really, really hard, and we need to see Hades actually put some more active plays down towards his top side. Did try something a minute ago, but it wasn't enough. Like, Sendu able to walk out.
Hades can only do so much, though, right? He's trying to deny all the funnel camps. He's trying to make sure he's with the team so they can push for towers.
Yeah.
He can't really cover that top lane matchup on the other side.
This is a great answer here by MNM, though. They do send 4 members up to the top side. They're going to be able to take them down their second turret. Going to equalize out this gold score as well. And they're just going to be able to make it back towards mid lane because, I mean, Venza was taking a red buff at the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice pickup for them. The top lane, I mean, one of the things is, while he's losing, he's not just instantly getting engaged on and going down.
Yeah, and also, one of the things you've got to keep in mind with Rumble is he's very much like a Nautilus, in the sense that you can put him behind early, but like his ultimate is still relatively impactful. Now, obviously, you do want it to be doing a decent amount of damage, but the slow is going to be very useful. It will have that consistent burn damage, and with the Morello's almost finished up, it will still chunk through Venza. Venza's very squishy, remember? Yeah. It's not like he has too much outside of his rocket jump to reposition in a fight, and if he uses that aggressively, he can be punished by the Equalizer.
And on top of that, I mean, like, Rumble's all base damages. He doesn't need any items at all, so he's happy enough to just throw down that ultimate. It'll still do enough damage, especially with just the pure pen he's built at this point.
I'm glad you agreed with me.
Yeah.
Because you were looking when I was making that point, like,
you started it with you comparing him to Nautilus, and I got really confused, but then you brought it back to, like, because it's, you brought it back, it was good. Good point. I liked it, Jake.
Thank you. I've learned something. Now, Hades actually could be on the receiving end of a massive dive from XL. Only Rippy isn't about, but he has to teleport. Just constant aggression coming through from XL. They're making their way into the jungle. Is obviously going to get spotted out by Shogun, who places a tasty little pink ward.
I like that XL aren't doing what they did last game, which is just continue to farm. As I said, they're actually trying to use the benefit of this Tristana, which is you can engage more aggressively. You also have the Thresh to do so. And part of the reason I like that is because MNF have drafted much more anti-funnel this game. You need to be playing proactive. You can't just sit back because MNM will find openings.
I need to kind of partially take back a point I said about how Venza, if he uses the rocket jump aggressively, he can be punished for it. There is obviously a lantern to bail him out, but Sendo comes in. Great black shield. Flash Flay goes out a little bit wide. Great equalizer as well. Shogun is trying to pump that damage down, but now Venza is going to turn it around. Shogun, Shockwave, sorry, on the run. It's just one pick here for the side of XL.
Trading Dragon for the kill is fine as long as they don't lose anything more. But I think XL are going to try punish that. They have the numbers advantage. Try continue pushing up the mid lane.
And I mean, Hades doing a very good job of actually getting these Drakes. In 2 games now, he's been very proactive on the Drakes. But XL just know when this is happening. They know what Drakes they want to lose for a fight. Hook goes a little bit wide, but Shockwave, there's a lot of damage from Rippy on that Lulu.
Okay, you actually have the fight down here again with Sendo. In the meantime, that mid tower is definitely going down.
Taking a lot of damage. Binding from Shogun's going wide. There's going to be another hook. Does land onto Hades. Box Flay in. Shogun's ignited and he is burned out. Rippy is able to pick himself up a kill. Shockwave does get exhausted in the fight as the turret goes down as well. Sendo taking a serious chunk of damage. Jokerism is back here though. Uses the active of the Blade of the Ruined King. And Tax is just going to be able to walk up with the Unbreakable.
the range from Tristana is killing them right now. They cannot deal with her. They can't get into the backline quick enough to just deal with the fact that Tristana not only can do damage from range, but also has the rocket jump if you do get back there.
And has that rapid fire cannon finished up as well, so obviously does get the help from that extra bit of range. And now Jokerism wants to try and push this wave in nice and quick, but Rippy is going to hang around to be able to clear these waves out. With the fact that Rippy's sitting on a Lunan's Echo, his damage is nothing to really scoff at.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me, though, is I'm looking back towards that top lane where we were talking about, look, we have this Gragas, you want off tank, you get off tank. It's going to be that Abyssal and Iceborne that we were expecting, and clearly it's working. I mean, look down at how those top lane fights are going. Morellonomicon will help because it reduces Gragas' passive healing, but he's still just going to shred him apart with pure damage alone.
Well, it's just one item finished up on Shockwave for the moment. It is building their Oblivion Orb as well, so he's building towards his own Morellos. It's going to be a nice little spike when he hits 2 items with that.
I mean, yes, but I don't know how comfortably he's going to get there. It's going to be engaged, though.
Equalizes there. They're even going to throw down everything on to 1, and it's Quickstep is just instantly picked up by Igloo. Great turnaround here by MNM, and Teleport will even get cancelled.
Baron is up. You just forced the teleport. I think this is a great time you take this tower and start moving towards it right now.
Oh, they are going to have that wave to be able to do so. Let's see what the play is going to be coming down from MNM. Seems a little bit split, sending a couple of members towards the bot side, maybe to get a kill onto Sendo. Remember, it is worth quite a lot of gold with the new shutdown gold system. The Shockwave. Going to try and 1v1 Rippy, but that's a lot of damage. Glacial Fissure will tag him as well, and Venza trying to pick up the kill, but Rippy steals it away.
And that was actually the danger if they started Baron at the long range. Okay, here we go.
Is going to instantly pop out. Oh, that cast was beautiful! Venza now just trying to rip through members left, right, and center. A double kill onto the Tristana.
And it's Baron for XL. Really beautiful, though. Sendo, what are you doing?
That was gorgeous. I need to see a replay of that. That was so good by Sendo. Are going to see now XL turn their eyes towards this Baron Nashor. Hades, the only one who could potentially stop it, but he's sitting on 1.5 items. He just doesn't have the damage or the smite as well. You got to keep in mind, Benz is a higher level by 2 levels, so he'll outsmite him any day of the week. And Hades just forcing the wave in while Igloo bot side maybe trying to answer back with a turret.
I think the bigger issue is if he walks near that, he just gets blown up and CC'd up to death. But let's go back to this. They just got the kill on Rise, and in came Sendo. Gets the ultimate as the E is finishing as well, knowing exactly where he's going, drags him back, and Venzer. That's just insane range of Tristana already.
Oh, that is so unlucky. Great play there by Sendo on that Gragas. And this is why he was a player who we really bigged up as well. You know, he's been a top laner who's been consistently very strong, kind of in that top 3 of the top laners in the UK scene for quite a long time now. As Venza actually might get caught out. He is just going to get burst up. The rocket jump's completely failed, and Hades gets 600 gold for the shutdown. Quickstep maybe looking for a hook. Goes a little bit wide now. Hades does have that black shield on. A great binding here. Also got a teleport to boot. Looks like a punish could come through from MNM. Going to complete that out, and Shockwave joins the fray. Pick onto the funnel means that there's not a lot of damage here for XL, and MNM going to be able to take themselves down a turret. It's a good pick.
I mean, it's a good pick, and it does lessen that gold lead and slow down the Baron push.
Well, that's
so
the
there's
big
a few
thing,
positives
right?
to pull,
yeah.
But at the same time, you still have the Baron coming up. Once Venzer's up in 10, they can just go straight back to what they wanted to do with that, which is push up as a group of 5.
Well, it looks like as a group of 3, just going to keep clearing out some wards here by XL and catching this wave here in the top lane, sorry.
That was a very dangerous back.
Shogun
could have been
very dangerous back.
If he was spotted, his team was already really far away by the time that was at about 3 seconds. If Lulu had just queued into the brush, he's dead.
Hades actually hasn't finished up his Black Cleaver yet. Will probably be getting it after his base to get a big old handsome shutdown onto Venza. Sendo just going to pick up the rest of this camp here. We are going to have a replay of that kill on to Venza.
He didn't really have anywhere to go once he face checks the brush like this. The rocket jump was really what made it sad, though.
That's so lucky.
It's kind of like into the wall.
I mean, his character model disappeared in the wall.
Yeah.
Couldn't chase it up for a little bit more, though, unfortunately, but doesn't matter because they still got Baron on for a little bit more. Use 2/3 of it for the moment. They're going to be able to get themselves yet another turret. It's 4-4 now, though. The turret's still even, but with another big wave crashing in. We need to see something happen. Igloo does have that equalizer as he throws it down onto multiple members, forces Venza to use the hop away. A hook lands onto one, and he's just going to pick it up. Venza turns it around now. Great unbreakable by Taxa, though, to bail out a little bit of time as Jokerism hops back from the belly slam. A hook connects onto Hades, though, and Sendo putting the damage out. Hades forced to flash out, and the burn might actually be enough to get a kill. No, it's not. Venza tanking up that turret will take a fair amount of damage, and Jokerism's relatively healthy. Great binding. Are they going to get the belly slam? Jokerism forced to flash away for the moment. And a great disengage for the side of XL, but MNM may be looking to chase on for a bit more.
If they chase too far, you will get the return.
Oh, you will get that return as Sendo able to shut down a kill onto Shogun one more time. Really, really well played on this Gragas. 4-0-4.
I mean, that was just a really dangerous chase. Even if Gragas hadn't one-shot him there, it would have been Venzer could get back there, has that extra range with the rapid-fire cannon, and would have taken out most of the people right there.
Venzer was so low, they just greeded for him. They wanted to pick him up, just unable to do so. Over-committing for the fight, over-committing for the kill. And we're seeing a better game out of Jokerism on the Lucian, but it's just, he can't match what Venzer's doing currently.
I mean, that's always the nature of the funnel comp. It's not that you need to match it, you need to be able to at least take it out. And they did a really good job. They actually got a lot of damage through the tank line, onto the tank line, and Venzer was forced back. So it started to look relatively even. They just about to take the tower, though.
Double Ocean as well going to be picked up by MNM. They got three Drakes to 0 on the side of XL, which does mean if MNM take a slightly weaker trade and they're able to disengage, they can always heal up.
Mm-hmm. The biggest issue for them, though, is they're not really being given the time because XL are playing very far forward with their comp, which is what you want. I mean, you have that safety in Tristana with the rocket jump, and you saw that there. As soon as Rumble laid down his ultimate, Tristana just W'd out of it.
And they still had the Lantern as well.
Yeah.
So they had loads of ways to disengage Venza if it got too hairy. It got pretty close, but it looks like they're actually looking for a potential dive. Sendo, very, very tanky now. He's got that Iceborne Gauntlet. Finished up 2.5 items on him, and this turret will be going down. That's 6 turrets to XL. They still need to be able to crack this base, though. Inhibitor is still alive in the top side, and there is a wave pushing away from them for the moment. Igloo has got himself a Void Staff, has got the Morella Nomicon, and the Equalizer is ready, so the damage is very, very much real, and that's going to get used. Venza takes a big, big chunk, but a hook once again onto Igloo, forces him to flash out. Bit of damage coming out, but nobody is going to go down in the fight for the moment. Ascendo stepping forward once again aggressively.
Yeah, and I think that was nice. Quickset managed to get a good hook, almost killed him there, in fact. Forced the flash out of Igloo. Now they can just go right back to doing what they were doing. That was a lot forced out from MNM, and they don't really have the damage to take out Venzer easily anymore.
Well, it's a 4v4. Could always try and find a way to deliver someone with Shockwave's ultimate into the back, but, like, who do you deliver? Where's the engage? There is no engage for MNM, realistically.
Yeah, but if you can get Hades behind the tank line, potentially he does enough damage to take out Venzer.
Yeah.
But Venzer just has so much safety in that Tristana pick. The rocket jump on top of the amount of supports around him is just really difficult to deal with.
It's also very hard with the way that Venzer, the way Hades works on the Graves, because obviously if you just play someone, Hades can't auto-attack them. Like, if someone in front of Venzer, you just can't auto-attack him. Taxa is actually stepping forward. This turret taking a lot of poke, and I say a lot of poke, this turret's going down. That's going to be a hook. Great Black Shield, but it's just not enough. Venzer picks himself up yet another kill. 7 and 2, and Jokerism very, very low. Great Cask is going to result in a double kill onto Venzer.
And that's game. I mean, it was fun. They had the funnel comp. They played it well. A little more proactive this time, so we didn't just have to faff about in the early game, talking about nothing. But from here, it's just XL executing cleanly on this funnel comp again. MNM trying to respond, got some good aggression out, had some signs of life.
Shogun, he's flashed it in with the binds, goes golden, trying to get that lockdown. That's going to be an equalizer onto Taxa. Going to be picking up a 1-for-1 in the fight. Still got Shockwave, who's half health currently, forced to flash out. Sendo stepping forward, doesn't quite have that cask available yet, and he is taking a lot of damage to the burn. Might not be game for now. It's a great turnaround. Shogun saving the game for XL.
Yeah, he needs to make that play. Otherwise, you just set up Venzer. You still have that tanky front line. There's not a lot you can do about it. The Equalizer and Morgana ult there, making sure that they actually get low enough that they say, okay, we can't really stay here. The people are starting to come back up.
Just able to cut through him. There is a ping actually going through. Oh, they use the realm ward.
Yes.
This is cheeky. Going to be spotted out on a ward, but it doesn't matter. TPing in. There's a
They
TP into the backside. This is going to be the fight. 30 minutes on the board. And Baron Nashor is on the card. Sendu has teleported in. He might look for the belly slam, might just look for the assassination. Baron's down, and Sendu now very, very exposed and very, very low. Will be able to get his way out, though, and now Venza is arriving onto the scene. Can't get a kill for the side of XL, and Baron Nashor picks up by MNM.
Quick response there with the Rise ultimate. Really nice call from MNM.
They're actually overstaying, but we are going to see a replay of the fight.
Yeah, and you can see here, they get one pick on, and just all the CC layered on top of it. Actually just immediately chugged through the black shield as well. So can't save that. And look at Jokerism here. Actually gets followed away with the cask. And just the
auto attack.
The one auto, and it's actually the Lulu proc that killed it.
Absolutely filthy. We do see a turret go down in the mid, unfortunately, while that replay was happening. And no picks were picked up, but they're going to look for the free inhibitor strat as Sendo goes forward, has got that cask if he wants to turn it around. They're trying to get the equalizer down. Venza gets the lantern out as the inhibitor still remains for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be up for long. Going to be absolutely everything thrown down to heal up Venza. He's chasing for a little bit more, but just stepping back for the moment. MNM trying to defend, but how long can they defend with 3 inhibitors down?
I mean, not particularly long hit brain. It's going to be pretty basic from here. They just need to keep going. The Baron's going to stall it out, potentially a little longer. But as long as you keep Venzer safe, which is so easy on a level 17 Tristana, you should be fine.
This looks like this will be the last push here by XL. Stepping forward, Sendo very, very tanky once again on that Gragas. And the turrets still remain for the moment. There is a bit of wave clear, but Igloo going to take a lot of damage from Venza, just working through him. Obviously, they do have to work through Baron minions for the moment. 31 minutes on the board. Baron is still going to be alive for a little bit longer. It will slow down the shove by XL, but they just need to consistently keep it up.
They're going to be able to make this work. MNM need to force one last team fight.
Well, Sender goes in, gets the cask onto 1. That's going to be a pickup instantly onto Shockwave. His heat is deleted out. 2 kills picked up by XL. Nexus will just be the focus, and they look like they're going for a couple of glory kills. A double kill onto Sendo as the Nexus goes down. XL take the series.
Yeah, I mean, at the end there, you didn't have Equalizer up. They couldn't even force that last-ditch team fight. Instead, they get engaged on. And it's just XL looking like the funnel comp is really strong with their playstyle.
Yeah. You don't have a microphone on. I'm going to talk a little bit more.
Sure.
So, XL, kind of finding their niche here as the G2 of the scene, playing
The
all
G2
these
of
funnel
UK.
comps. Yeah, exactly.
The G2 Vodafone, you might say.
Yeah, well, Fern did coach that team.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looked better from MNM. Hades was a lot more proactive.
in the early game, it looked a lot better.
Yeah.
I will have to say, though, in the late game, I feel like MNM just gave up. Like, it genuinely felt like it.
What do you do? Tristana's
Yeah,
fed. It's
I
late
mean,
game Tristana.
That's the issue.
Sendo's really insanely
Okay,
fed
so
as well.
I say they gave up, but the Baron core, that
Yeah.
was nutty.
It
and I
was a
loved
great call.
And it worked.
Yeah, that was really,
so
really good.
really nice.
But what
there
it
was
did...
just so many times when Igloo did not, like, participate in fights, and even when he did, constant focus of Quickstep. Quickstep was so good on this this Thresh. Anyway, this is the first real big fight where Hades went down, and this was after MNM had got some kills onto Hades.
I think what happened is he fought them level 2 and went, okay, this is actually going quite well. We should be able to get fights off consistently, but Taxer and Benzer just pump out damage, even in the early game.
Oh.
It's not quite Kaisa. You get a lot more damage quicker with that E.
Yeah, I mean, with Kai'Sa, obviously, it's your spike comes earlier.
Right.
But Tristana's spike is massive. Like, the amount of burst damage she's able to do in the end of the game, I mean, you saw it there, especially with the new Infinity Edge. Because, obviously, a lot of ADCs kind of go, yeah, it's a good third item. And, I mean, when it doubles your crit chance, it gives you 15% of your crits as true damage. It makes it really, really hard to work through, obviously, the Tristana, who's critting for, like, what is it, like 200% with the Storm Razor late game?
Yeah, and I mean,
think it's like a 200%
Yeah,
crit.
it is 200%.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is that it's not even the true damage or anything, just the flat AD almost alone.
Yeah.
With the crit chance is fine.
This was such a beautiful play. I believe this was. Oh no,
This wasn't
not
the
the
big
one. It's coming. This was XL want to kill Jokerism. We were going to throw everything at him, and eventually they did.
Yeah, Vince
and-
had the flash for it though, but did have that burst damage. Obviously, had the reset on the hop now as well, so he's going to be able to chase onto Shockwave and they're able to pick him up. I do believe Rippy stole that kill away like a scumbag, but
I mean,
doesn't matter.
That's what you do when you're Lulu. That's how you get penny kills.
Yeah, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
why you
I
go
don't have to
Ludens.
eat my socks, so that's pretty cool.
That's true.
I'm very happy about that. Kind of
What
sad I didn't get a
flavour
pentakill though.
As fun
What
as
flavor are they?
Yeah, are they like cotton?
Oh,
I don't think that's
thought
a
like,
flavor. I think that's
Yeah.
a material.
I've never gone into a shop and asked for a cotton flavored milkshake.
I actually did once have that. I went to, well, not quite the same thing. Let's
what
clarify.
are you on about?
Where sometimes they just do really. Have you ever been to one of those ice cream shops that do really strange flavors?
Like cotton?
Not like cotton. I have seen Red Bull and ketchup though. That was horrendous.
That segues me onto a question I have for
not
you,
yet, not yet.
gentlemen.
We will get there eventually. We'll get there eventually, Jake, because there's more to talk about. There's more replays. I think this is the one that basically I'm going to be thinking about all night long. Sendo, oh my god.
Yeah. Let's just allow everyone to
Just
sit
play
in
it
that.
out. Look at this. Bam! Right back into the fat man's waiting arms and
Poor Jokan. He's going to make a montage of that, though.
yeah, that
It's
is.
like, Sendo, you want a montage?
I mean,
I'm going to remove the names, though.
He always does. He always does.
was
Really
clean,
well
though.
played by him. I mean, like, there definitely were better calls from MNM. XL definitely just seemed to have it together today. I mean, Shogun, when I spoke to him earlier on in the day, did say to me, I feel that the XL we played against on week 1 wasn't really XL kind of firing on all cylinders.
Right.
This game, they definitely, well, this series, they were firing on all cylinders. And definitely MNM looked more decisive with their shot calling moving into the later stages. So overall, I mean, MNM can walk away relatively happy with some of the stuff that happened in this game, but they need to look at take a hard look at how to deal with funnel comp.
In that regard, though, I would like to give a massive shout out. Quickset in game
Oh my
1
goodness.
was the engage,
Right.
and Quickset in game 2 still managed to pull that off with the Thresh. Even while Sendo shun, you still had a lot of good Thresh engages in the middle.
And we talked about how is Quicksef going to synergize, specifically with Venza, but the rest of the team. I feel like that was a really good showcase of
Yes.
how Quicksef can synergize with this team. He's going to be able, the one to facilitate, he's going to be the engaging tool, but he's also going to be the defending tool as well if necessary. I feel like MVP, honestly, in these games could have gone to Quicksef, even though it was a funnel. You can't give it to the
No, I mean,
person
you
that
do
can't
anything.
funneled.
Like, it's
All they
almost like,
did was farm,
yeah,
and then they shot people with guns.
I think
that's how marketing
Quickstep
works.
definitely played his mind
True.
out of this
You
game.
make it sound a lot more violent the way you said it, but yes. I mean, it was kind of violent. That was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Igloo. On the Rumble pick, he really didn't have the game he wanted to. So,
Yeah.
okay.
There were some good
There was
ultimates.
really good
There were
ultimates,
some good ultimates.
But the problem is with Rumble, especially when you've got Tristana basically shredding you for true damage, is that you die very quickly, and Quicksef really punished every time he had to channel the ultimate by hooking him in. Many fights where the only thing Igloo was able to do was press R.
Yeah. I mean, in some cases that's fine. When you're up against this funnel comp that has a really great team fight, once that goes down, not so much.
I'm going to step away from the game now.
Okay.
I think we've talked enough about this game. XL definitely looking very good. We obviously have...
One more question, because...
Oh, okay, here we go.
Drag you back in.
because I feel that it's important.
Yeah.
Last scoring tournament, we kind of talked about how XL were likely to be the champions. We can pull up the bracket and see exactly how it's changed. XL were the team that most people felt were going to be the ones winning the thing. And last week, they went out at this stage in the tournament. Clearly here, they 2-0 MNM, but it's very likely, and we'll find out very shortly when we do jump into our next match, that they will be playing Diabolus next week. And so the question is, do you think, Ty, that this is the XL we were expecting at Forge of Champions?
I think there's still there's elements of it, right? But I don't think it's perfectly clean. There's still openings for Diabolus to punish. I'm interested to see whether they find those, especially now that they have some time. I mean, they have their series today. Twitter Random is still going to face off against them. But if they go forward, they have that day to figure out what they want to do into Funnel.
I think we have a very clear top 3 teams. Like,
Right.
maybe not at the moment, like, clear, but, like, in your mind, you think it's going to be XL, it's going to be Misfits, or Diabolus. They're the 3 teams where I'm placing, just looking at rosters alone and kind of previous experience, maybe Diabolus not so much, but the other 2, for the side of Misfits and XL, they've really proven themselves. They made it through to the playoffs at EU Masters. You know, XL were the team who everyone went, if there's going to be a team that does it, I think XL are that team. Did get knocked out by Origin, so had an unlucky seeding.
I mean, at the same time, I mean, they had really good showings. Probably some of the best showings against Origin that many teams had.
Exactly. So, I mean, you've got a very obvious top 3 teams here. Obviously, Diabolus in the next game coming up, they have probably a slightly easier game than this one here.
I don't know. There's some talented players that they're going to be going up against. We're going to find out whether or not those talented players can actually deal with last scoring tournament champion. It is going to be Diabolus and Twitter Randoms after the break.
This concussive blows as Venza actually could just be gifted first blood.